Straight ahead on 12 News, after the snow comes the tow. We'll show you how our Crystal Tow Truck Company is trying to keep up. Plus, Wayzata high school students dreaming big, their idea that might help other students start a business. And later, the event that brought the holiday spirit to New Hope and Golden Valley. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. It is not officially winter, but it sure looks and feels like it.
The Arctic air has some businesses working around the clock to keep up with weather-related issues. Reporter Sonia Goins explains.
North Suburban Towing.
The phones at North Suburban Towing are ringing off the hook.
What's the address?
Company officials say it's been busy since Saturday's snowfall.
We've been running our 3 shifts around the clock and been going nonstop.
The tow company provides service for a number of suburban cities, including Crystal, Robbinsdale, New Hope, Golden Valley, Brooklyn Center, and the State Patrol.
Yep, we've gotten quite a few cars from snow emergency. Not as many in the years past. You know, people have gotten the hint that when it snows, you need to move your car.
Besides snow emergencies, the company is also busy with stalled vehicles and accidents.
Stalled vehicles, extractions where the car goes in the ditch, we have to pull it out, and accidents, of course. We do get quite a few accidents.
Now the roads are clear and traffic is moving pretty smoothly, but that wasn't the case this weekend. According to the State Patrol, there were more than 500 accidents. They encourage drivers to slow down. In Crystal, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
It's also important to watch out for tow truck drivers. This morning, a driver slammed into a tow truck responding to a crash on 494 in South St. Paul. The driver died as a result of the accident.
A fire in Golden Valley Sunday night caused substantial damage to a home. Firefighters were called to the 1500 block of Orkla Drive, and when they arrived, the house was totally engulfed in smoke and flames. There were no injuries, but 1 dog and 2 cats could not be saved.
There was one adult female that was home sleeping on the couch. She woke up and was able to escape safely. In talking with her and family, they did not have a working smoke detector, so we're not certain as to what actually alerted her to the fire.
The house is unfit to live in, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation.
The Brooklyn Center City Council will take up a proposal to condemn violence and hate speech in what some council members see as a heated political climate. Council member April Graves is leading an effort to pass a resolution that expresses solidarity with Muslims and all those targeted for their ethnicity, race, or religion. The resolution states there has been unprecedented backlash not seen since 9/11 directed toward Arab and Muslim Americans. Nearly 8,000 Muslims live in Hennepin County.
Normally during the holidays, Salvation Army bell ringers are visible around the Twin Cities, but this year volunteer numbers are down dramatically, and so are donations. Because of this, the Salvation Army is struggling to reach its goals.
We're in critical need, really, for volunteer bell ringers at the Salvation Army. We have about 2,000 fewer volunteers this year as compared to last year. We're actually even below our levels for 2014. So that adds up to fewer dollars going into the kettles. And right now our donations are down about $200,000 compared to this time last year.
The kettle ringing typically brings in $30 an hour, and if you are interested in bell ringing, go to the salvationarmynorth.org/ring or give them a call, 651-746-3519. Well, here's a question. What could you do in 54 hours? Could you start your own business?
A group of Wayzata high school students is organizing a January event designed to help budding entrepreneurs. In this week's Business Matters, it's a first-of-its-kind event helping students learn how to launch a business startup.
Where are we at for ticket sales?
In a conference room at Wayzata High School, there's a team of 17-year-olds consumed by a project.
Best Buy and Medtronic and Lead Pages, we should get meetings set up for after school.
They're securing corporate sponsors, fundraising, marketing, and recruiting for a major upcoming Twin Cities event they've created entirely on their own.
Hi, Mr. Paschal.
Though their teachers have taken notice.
It's like a war room. They show up after school when the bell rings, they get in there and they're drawing flow charts and maps and ideas, and just the boards are constantly filled with information.
What they're planning is the first ever Twin Cities Business Startup Weekend for youth, a 54-hour-long event to help teens make a pitch and get a business idea up and running.
Getting them exposed to what it's like to start a business and what it's like to kind of formulate an idea and try and execute the steps it takes to make it a reality.
Oh, we do.
It's territory Wayzata Senior Brat Pulgum is familiar with.
I've attended a lot of startup weekends in the past, almost 3. And at this point, what I notice is that I am the only person under 22 at every single event.
A year and a half ago, Bharat and some of his Wayzata classmates launched their own earbuds business called Mixers Audio.
So you twist it, find that connection point, snap it off, bam, it's back on, just like that.
They created modular earbuds that can be repaired or customized in an instant, though finding a manufacturer and getting their products sold on Amazon has proved a valuable lesson that business success doesn't happen overnight.
It's been a year and a half, and look where we are now. We're just launching, we're just getting sales. So it takes time, and it's sort of been hard to understand that at first. I mean, like, I wanted money now, and like, we want sales, 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 and that was like last March.
You guys can do campus flyers.
Now this group is using their own business startup experience to give other teens a chance to do the same.
They have to be willing to perform on that platform.
They're assembling a team of successful business leaders from the Minneapolis community to serve as mentors and judges for this upcoming event, knowing the next great business idea could be inside a young mind.
It's supposed to be a networking event, it's supposed to be learning soft skills, it's supposed to be meeting new people, and having like-minded individuals come together to build something great at the end of just nothing but a weekend.
The Startup Weekend for Youth will be held at the U's Carlson School of Management starting January 13th. We have more information at 12.tv about getting involved either as a participant or as a mentor or a sponsor.
The city of Maple Grove is celebrating the opening of a new medical clinic that it believes will help people avoid traveling to other parts of the metro. Park Nicollet Rehabilitation Services has expanded in Maple Grove with a new facility near Highway 610 and Maple Grove Parkway. It offers physical therapy for a variety of ailments. It also offers the latest equipment to help athletes rehab from sports injuries. That includes a turf lane and video analysis system to study an athlete's range of motion.
If you have an injured thrower or golfer or any sports program really, we can drop down the net in there and allow them to do their full throwing motion, their full golf swing, all of those motions. And then we hook it up to our computer system, which reads all the biomechanics of your joints during that movement, and we can tell you kind of where you may be breaking down or where you're compensating in those different patterns.
The video analysis can be used for any injury, not just sports. Well, coming up, all aboard the train that brought Santa Claus to town.
And then a little bit later in sports, a down-to-the-wire matchup between Maple Grove and Minnetonka in girls hockey.
But first, a character-building forecast. Temperatures turning bitterly cold this week.
North America's largest rolling fundraiser pulled into New Hope and Golden Valley over the weekend.
And as Delane Cleveland reports, the Canadian Pacific Holiday Train brought music and fun to a large crowd who braved the elements.
The holiday season is about bringing people together. And what better way to do so than with a traveling 56-foot-long locomotive.
Ever since they first put it in the paper that it was coming, I said, oh, we gotta go,
Aimed at spreading joy and cheer to people from town to town.
I bet it's like the Polar.
Usually, the Canadian Pacific Holiday Train passes through the area without stopping.
Holiday train!
But not this year. Planned stops in Golden Valley and New Hope on Saturday drew large crowds, both high and low.
Since it's so close, we couldn't resist.
those who braved the cold and falling snow were treated to a free holiday party,
Everybody loves us, so that's great.
along with a chance to mingle with Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Oh, the people and having all the fun.
And depending on whom you asked,
I really like the decorations on the chain.
everyone had their own opinions.
The beat, they really rocked it up. We like that.
Of what they liked most
I love meeting Santa.
about the whole experience.
Pretty cool.
It's a holiday tradition that also serves a purpose of giving back to those in need.
This is year 18 for us. In that time, we've raised about $12 million and 4 million pounds of food for food banks all across the U.S. and Canada, and we do it because folks like you come out and you sing and you dance and you donate. Thank you so much for being here.
It was a sentiment shared by those in the crowd who were thankful for the opportunity to celebrate the season next to train tracks.
It's awesome!
In New Hope, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
I think she got it right. That's something you don't see every day. Coming up, a Brooklyn Park toy drive that Santa will need an extra big sleigh for.
But first, Maple Grove and Champlin Park shoot for wins at the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic. John Jacobson has the highlights coming up next in sports.
A Brooklyn Park man is back home after winning a gold medal in Peru. Troy Jones Jr. won gold in Muay Thai fighting, a form of martial arts popular in Thailand. The competition involved Pan-American countries, and to win gold, Jones had to beat a fighter from Peru on his home turf.
My dream before fighting was to be a police officer and play in the NFL. And I rerouted those dreams because I didn't see them fit in my life anymore. So I rerouted it to something different, which was Muay Thai. And I put the same amount of dedication and hard work into that. And the proof is in the pudding.
Jones still trains at the Minnesota Martial Arts Academy in Brooklyn Center, and the win qualifies him for the World Games, which will be held next July in Poland. To get ready for the Games, Jones will live and train in Thailand for about 6 months. That's a tough sport. Yeah.
John Jacobson here now with sports, talking about an event over the weekend, kind of the unofficial start of the prep basketball season.
It was a great day of basketball. You always get a lot of college coaches there, a lot of basketball fans, and a lot of fun. Breakdown Tip-Off Classic basketball then is now in its 13th year and annually features some of the state's best players and teams. 16 games were played Saturday at the Lindbergh Center, including top-ranked Champlin Park, capping off the night against Apple Valley. Former Apple Valley star and current Timberwolf Tyus Jones taking in the action of this one. McKinley Wright getting Champlin Park started for the Rebels' first basket of the game. And then he'll float a pass for Theo John. He'll score for a 14-7 Rebels lead. Josiah Strong, a quick catch-and-shoot three. Champlin Park's up 24-9. Trey Jones kickstarts an Eagles run with back-to-back three-pointers, cutting into that Champlin Park lead. Nice ball movement by the Rebels, and Sam DuBois hits a baseline three. Champlin Park leads by 8 at halftime. They go on to win at 91-84. Maple Grove also played at the Breakdown. The Crimson's game was against five-time defending state champion De La Salle and went right down to the wire. Gabe Kolscher spinning and scoring gives the Islanders a 10-point second-half lead. Brian Bredenstarter with a rebound and putback for the Crimson, cutting the lead down to 5. Brad Davison drives and scores, and Maple Grove eventually takes the lead on the Islanders. With less than a minute to play, Terrell Terry with a three for De La Salle. That ties the score at 64. But with under 5 seconds to go, Davison hits a three-pointer for Maple Grove. That is the game-winning bucket. 67-64 Crimson is the final. In other games, Hopkins beats Rochester John Marshall 96-62. Ishmael El Amin scored 22 points. Simon Wright had 16 points and 10 rebounds. Armstrong lost to Tartan 77-71. Race Thompson with 25 points and 13 rebounds for the Falcons. Jordan Horn scored 23 points for the Titans. The Park Center boys face district rivals Osseo and Maple Grove this week. The Pirates played a thriller against Columbia Heights in their opener. Nathan Sheriffall with a pass. DeAndre Roberson finishing for a 49-45 Columbia Heights lead. Emmanuel Tamba with a baseline three-pointer for the Pirates ties the score at 57. Christian Kelly hits a three, and Heights is up 66-65 with under 2 minutes to play. The Highlanders lead 70-68 with 12 seconds left, but Xavier Bonner to Kahari Broadway. He scores as time expires, forcing overtime. Tombo with a huge play. He gets the steal here and goes in for the bucket, giving Park Center a 76-75 lead with under 30 seconds to go. And then Lucini Camara will get the putback basket for Park Center here. And the Pirates beat Columbia Heights 79-75. In girls hockey, Maple Grove faced off with perennial state power Minnetonka. Maple Grove's Manon McMahon flips the puck out front. Taylor Wente buries it, 1-0 Crimson. They look for more on a 2-on-1, but Skipper's goalie Elizabeth Kubicek coming up with a big save, keeping it 1-0 after one. Second period, Maple Grove working the corners and leads to a good chance, but Kubicek holds her ground and makes another big save for Skippers. At the other end of the rink, Coco Francis will stop the big slap shot and the rebound try by Minnetonka. And that's a 1-1 game through 2 periods. In the third, the Skippers grab the lead. Molly McHugh deflects the pass in for a power play goal. It's 2-1 Skippers early in the third. Maple Grove ties it up on a great shot. Katie Denicky fires the puck over Kubicek's shoulder for a goal to make it 2-2. Late in the game, Wente comes behind the net. She'll set up McMahon, and she won't miss on this one. This is the game winner. Maple Grove taking a 3-2 thriller over Minnetonka. Crimson really on a roll right now, playing some very good hockey. It's a look at sports.
All right, thanks, John. Still ahead, the toy driver that just keeps getting bigger.
A neighborhood effort that needs the Marines when we come back.
The search for a medallion hidden by Interfaith Outreach earlier this month is over. The Sleep Out medallion was found on Friday in Wayzata. The winner followed clues every day last week that led him to the Big Woods Preserve and to one specific hollowed out tree. There he found the picture of an elf and the medallion. The winner has asked to remain anonymous and is donating the $200 in Target gift cards back to Interfaith Outreach. How great. In Brooklyn Park, there is a toy drive that's become so big they call in the Marines to come and pick up the goods for Toys for Tots.
And Jerry Moskowitz has been stuffing his home full of toys for needy families for years. Friends and neighbors and many others dropped off more than 570 toys at a party this weekend. Moskowitz says he's amazed every year at the amount of people and toys they get. Moskowitz says this is the third year in a row he's collected more than 500 toys. That's it. That'll do it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We will see you back here tomorrow.